Chad Hyams here on the Achieve Your Apex podcast, and I really wanted to take a moment and thank you for being a listener. I hope you've subscribed to the podcast so that it's showing up automatically every week for you when a new episode drops. And I'm really hoping I'm going to ask you to help me out. Who should you be sharing it with? Who do you know would benefit from hearing the content in these short 7 to 10 minute episodes that I've been bringing you week after week? Think about it. Share an episode with somebody for me. That's me selfishly asking to grow the audience so that I can help more people. Well, that's what we're talking about in this chapter. We're talking about being selfish, being appropriately selfish. That's right, because there's a difference between being selfish and being appropriately selfish. Now, we have talked about 4 of the areas in the last episodes that I thought were important for us to know it's okay to be selfish when we're leading others, when we are learning something new, right? When we are isolating ourselves and needing to lay low for some reason, and when we are seeking or needing support. And today I'm going to get to the last 2 of the 6 times I think it's appropriate to be selfish and you should consider it. And that is when it's time for you to seize the day. Make a move, take a risk. Sometimes we have to be selfish, right? We grow up and we are taught early on in kindergarten to share. We are taught to be nice. We are taught to walk a mile in someone else's shoes and have empathy for people. If you know me, it's a challenge, right? But what we don't get are our teachers ever teaching us it's okay to be selfish right now. It's okay to take care of you. It's okay to pay attention to what you need and take an opportunity. Grab it when it's out there. Look, if I were going to be a bird, I'd want to be an eagle because they're at the top of the food chain. If I were going to be an animal in the jungle, I want to be a lion. They're at the top of the food chain. I don't want to be low on the food chain. I want to be the apex of any food chain. Is it selfish of me? No. I should do my best to become that apex predator and live in that apex by seizing the day. We've all heard the expression, nice guys finish last. That's not true. Okay? Nice is not a bad thing. I know a lot of nice people who are doing really well for themselves. And they are near the top of the food chain. They have seized opportunities. I could give you a list of them, and you know some nice people yourself that belong where they are. They've earned it, we say. They were as selfish as the other people, but because they're nice, they earned it. Think about that time that the nice guy finished last. Why? Because he just didn't go ask the girl because the other guy had the courage to seize the day. Well, maybe she was the right girl for you, and you should have seized the opportunity and been a little selfish. Okay? So we say nice guys finish last. What we should say is nice guys who don't act in their own selfish best interest when it is appropriate to do so often regret that they didn't do it and therefore finish near the bottom. Now that's a much wordier expression to be running around saying. So we'll just stick with nice guys finish last. And I hope next time you hear it, you remember everything that comes along with it, because it's not just simply being nice that makes you finish last. It's being nice and not seizing the opportunity that's there when it's appropriate for you to do so. I love this quote. I had to put it in the book. Oscar Wilde said, "A red rose is not selfish because it wants to be a red rose. It would be horribly selfish if it wanted all the other flowers in the garden to be both red and roses." You are who you are. It's selfish to make other people be who you want them to be. It's not selfish to be the red rose that you are. Remember that and keep blossoming year after year and season after season. Okay, that's one side. We're seizing an opportunity. Let's go to the other side of the coin on this one and just engage in a little R&R. Because so many of us achieve a state of burnout. So many of us achieve a state where we have need R&R. And it's not selfish to take it. Yes, people might think it's selfish for you to lock the door to the bathroom so you can have the bubble bath. They might think it's selfish of you to go off to that spa or retreat or take an hour and go get a massage or sit in the park and relax, whatever it is you need. Folks, you're better for others when you're selfish about taking that time for you. R&R is a must. You've heard people say, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Well, it doesn't matter. If the glass is empty, I can't fill your glass. I can't pour into you if there's nothing in mine. I have to be selfish and say, I need to fill my glass, which sometimes means, hang on, everybody. I need to fill my glass. Once it's full, I can fill yours. Now, look, another thing that comes in selfishness, it's a challenge that so many people in this country face, and it's the relationships we have that fail after our kids go off to school. Think about the relationship that we decided to get into this relationship, and we were not selfish about keeping the relationship alive. I can speak from personal experience. When my daughter was born, she became the priority. She became the focus. And I never made my relationship to her mother important enough to be selfish about it and take that time away. The marriage didn't work because of it. And it happens to so many people. We aren't selfish about the things that matter to us. I want to remind you of the saying you heard way too many times. On the airplane, they tell you, put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Why do they say it? Because if you're unconscious, you're no good to anybody. And every parent says, no, I'd put it on my kid first. No, because you might miss putting it on the kid and you're both unconscious now. Be selfish. You need me to give you the permission? I'm giving it to you. You have a challenge about being selfish? It's okay. Find the times. Go back, listen to these last 3 episodes, and hear the 6 times where being selfish is the thing you should do. And that will help you on your journey to achieving your apex. Until our next episode, keep climbing.